Greetings, merry meet, blessed be everybody who out here. Hope you're having a nice warm day. So this goes out to this video. I'm specifically creating for a dear friend of mine in Texas. She's originally from Utah, or she's lived here. Um, Jenny, my dear friend. She recently posted on Facebook, um, wherein President Trump has ordered all of the oceanographers or oceanography sensors to be retracted. So they're pulling them all up. This measures the current temperatures, etc. And it's a warning device for catastrophic, current events, tsunamis, uh, etc., earthquakes, ocean temperature, etc. So this has kind of been the weather has kind of been my specialty since October 6th. And I'm trying to break it down to where people can understand what I'm talking about. Anyhow, so let me give you a rundown of what happened. So, October 6th, due to observation of the monetary metrics or enslavement of the working class, the abuse, everything, and the people themselves embracing the monetary clip-off, the metrics, the archons, and instead of standing up for their rights and doing what needs to be done to break that metrics, they just keep on embracing it, and all they do is just yak, yak, yak out of their neck about how things are getting too expensive. I mean, everything. Um, but yet they won't do anything about it. So anyway, so I've stepped up to the plate and stuff, and enough's enough. I totally agree. But however, I'm not enslaved or shelled by the Clipoth or the Archons. They have no power over me whatsoever. I see them for what they are. And but anyway, so this has got to come to an end. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of suffering. There's going to be a lot of loss. And the thing about it is I've been being surveilled and monitored by the CIA, the government, the FBI. I've usually always in the past kept my magical endeavors kind of in the shadows and out of sight, out of mind. And this is the first time I've ever went public with it. So call me crazy, whatever. I don't care. It is what it is. It's happening. I went public basically to give people a fair warning. And so with modern science and what have you stuff, when it comes to esoteric magic, when it comes to psychic abilities and stuff like that, it can't be measured. And so therefore they call it a pseudoscience. They don't even really recognize it as being real. They think it's more like Hollywood hocus pocus BS. But however, that's just what they tell the public. But they do believe in it. They know it's for real. And obviously they know I'm for real. So they're getting nervous because in August 2026, this August, temperatures are going to reach to 112 degrees Fahrenheit or more. I specifically disclosed this as Salt Lake City back in 2025, December of 2025. But it's going to be all of the northern valleys of Utah and neighboring states within that lateral, horizontal, uh, you know, uh, longitude, so latitude. So, uh, anyway, um, so we're going through the first year of drought. We've got 2 more years of this. They know it. And so what they're actually doing, I know this sounds very arrogant and grandiose, and they know I'm very closely connected to nature. And they know I love my Mother Earth. And so this is my own opinion. This is my own views of it and stuff. Um, the Qliphoth, the Archon's henchmen, the world elite, the country's the corporate elite, and the government, are fighting back by just totally taking away everybody's awareness of anything catastrophic in regards to the weather or anything of the elements, even geometry, away from the people's awareness as kind of a punishment for what I'm doing. They know I'm for it. Back in October 2026, I manipulated Kuroshio Current off the coast of Japan to move further north, and I mean it rushed like within 2 weeks, and it affected the polar vortex, bowed it up to where the warm El Nino air temperatures could rush up into the western United States, causing this heat dome, and it's still sitting here. Meteorologists, all your news channel agencies, Fox 13, everything, have been ordered, strictly ordered, to manipulate the weather. And so today, right now, I just got done taking the temperature, and or screenshotting a weather app temperature, and right now it's 90 degrees. Of course, that was about 30 minutes ago. But the actual sun temperature, when you walk out in the sun and there is no breeze, that the heat from that sun, it's today, you know, Saturday, June 5th, I believe, or 6th, is 106 degrees. So when you walk out there and in a sleeveless shirt like I've got, or even on your face, whatever it may be, and there is no breeze, and that sun hits you, it's hitting you with 106 degrees Fahrenheit temperature. That's the true sun temperature. That may not be the actual air temperature because of the breeze, and even the actual air temperature wine stuff is going to be cooler. So the 90-degree temperature is what the temperature is in the shade, and they manipulate it to where they use a bunch of hypothetical, scientific jargon to try to convince people won't hang stuff that's the actual temperature, and it's not. But they've been instructed to do that. We're going to be in a 3-year drought. We got 2 more years of this, Jenny, and it's going to get worse. And they're going to fight even harder. But come August, because I disclosed this back in December 2025, months ahead. By the time August gets here, that's 8 months. I previously disclosed this temperature of 112 degrees Fahrenheit or more in the northern valleys of Utah, specifically Salt Lake and surrounding states, neighboring states, along that, you know. They're not going to be able to even second guess the validity of what I can do and what's going to happen. Now I've got an impenetrable kill switch. So I mean, if anything was to happen to me, then the drought is locked in place, and the western states of this country is going to turn into another Sahara desert, just like Atlantis, ancient Atlantis. So anyway, in the long run, I know it seems cruel, and I know it seems, but I've done a lot of divination, Jenny. I've done, I've done my homework. I've done a lot of spiritual, interaction. And in the long run, this is going to, humanity and equality is going to prevail in the end. And the Qliphoth and the Archons are going to crumble. The monetary system is going to crumble. And, yeah, it has to happen. We can't go another 2,000 years like this, Jenny. We can't do it, man. I know it's hard to keep from being selfish and just thinking of ourselves in our current situation, but we got to think about our next generation. Love you. Take care, my friend. Blessed be.